Shalom, 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 shalom. Background noise, please, please mute that. Background noise, please, please mute that. All right. So if you're not going to be able to speak or anything like that, you could go ahead and dismiss yourself from the room. We don't need someone occupying space. It's really not going to talk. It's a new day, new things need to take place. So we kind of just again, we want to go ahead and invite men or women, especially those that's actually in the truth, that's following Most High in Christ, to join the anti-police brutality. Could someone pay some respect and just mute yourself in the background? I hear that noise. I don't feel like talking over that. So we're asking you to join the anti-police brutality commandos. We're not a hate group. We don't teach hate. We promote self-defense. We actually we're strong Second Amendment supporters, and so what we're actually essentially encouraging you all to do is to lawfully exercise your Second Amendment right to go out and get arms to defend ourselves. And again, we do not take people out that is not trained. We train, we rehearse, we train, we rehearse. This is not just about appearance, because that's delusional. This is not just about getting a group of people together, calling them black militia, screaming black power, and then going out with untrained men and women that's putting our people's lives on the line, and are ever you're known to be highly racial, to prove to the Ku Klux Klan that you're not afraid of them. You put 1,000 lives on the line just to prove to the Ku Klux Klan that you're not afraid of them. What was the purpose of that? I want to ask every single one of you so-called black people that attended that peaceful protest that was organized, that you coordinated with law enforcement to organize. What did you accomplish by that other than delude our people into believing that, hey, this looks good? We got 1,000 unarmed, we got 1,000 untrained people with weapons, some who look like that they were handicapped. Many who parked in handicapped spots in a parking lot that occupied many handicapped parking spaces. So we want to talk about, even in spite of NFAC, even in spite of Black Lives Matter running around and responding with their flags. You got so-called whites flying flags. You got so-called black men flying flags saying Black Lives Matter. You got black women flying flags saying Black Lives Matter. And you got others, whatever they may be, flying flags, LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ. All of them are out there flying flags, saying Black Lives Matter. Who's that organization headed by Zara? Barry who? What is that organization headed again by Yashabi? Black
George
Lives
Soros.
Yeah.
George Soros.
Jewish.
George Soros, and he got black LGBTQYZWN E's running it as the face.
Come on. So let me tell you something, man. This guy, a former disc jockey, what's his name? And everyone is so praising this guy. And the man, what I don't respect about him, he should have never taken people out there that wasn't trained. You could call this hate or whatever, but literally, we're saving your life because we're showing you any trained eye could see that the way that those guys went out there with weapons, that didn't mean a damn thing. Just one firecracker going off for the 4th of JEWLIE, that would have been a disaster. That would have been a disaster. You got a bunch of untrained people leaning on the muzzle of their weapons, got the muzzle of their weapons pointed towards the inside of the ranks. Esau was looking at you and laughing, man. Esau was looking at you and laughing. That was a real clusterfuck, man. Now, man, let me explain something to you, man. The militia movement isn't a white militia movement. A real militia movement, according to the Second Amendment, it has no agenda against any kind of race. Its agenda is based on freedom of the people of all races. A militia. Its agenda is based on freedom, point blank. Which you so-called Negroes, blacks, coloreds, and African Americans included. But there's a dark element of evil moving about in the world today. Scriptures say what? There shall be wars. Someone get that precept. And rumors of wars. We're about to have race wars, man. You can like to understand it. Richard, you better get ready for race wars, man. That Bob Marley stuff, you could break those records, man. Race wars. This man right here, George, what's this guy's name? What do you call himself? Grandmaster. Reminiscent of a Mason, right? Grandmaster. Is he a Mason? Or is he a Grandmaster like the Grandmaster of the Ku Klux Klan? He's nothing but a Grandmaster of the Black Klan. It's the same damn thing because he's preaching a hate rhetoric. And that's not what this is about, man. That's not what the anti-police brutality is about. We're about defending ourselves and protecting our people, not pushing a hate rhetoric. There's no difference between them and the so-called KKK. Because if you hear this guy talk, he hates all so-called white people, yet he coordinated with white police officers to escort them so they can march peacefully through Stone Mountain. So it was all organized, and they told those Negroes to be out of town before sundown, and those Negroes was out of town before sundown. Stop me where I'm lying at, Jomo. Stop me where I'm lying at. It was coordinated. I want you to think about his name, Grandmaster. Who was Albert Pike? Anyone knew who Albert Pike was? What was his status?
33rd degree Mason.
Yeah, there's a statue of him in Washington, D.C. But he also had another status. He also was the Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan. Just like Grandmaster Jay is the Grand Master of what seems to be a Black clan. Because he's putting you people, your lives at stake. We don't denounce, make no mistake about it. We don't denounce Israelites Moors and whatever you want to refer to yourself coming together in unity. But if you're going to do that, you must be trained. You must be, otherwise it's going to be a slaughter. And that would have been a slaughter. It would have been a slaughter. Don't you know that he went out there on the strip because white militia groups said that they was going to start killing so-called blacks? So he takes 1,000 so-called black people to their death. Now, how crazy was that? I want you to think about this, right? Now, Esau trains. Now, I'm going to give you a hypothetical situation and show you how that could have turned out. You're going to their area. You had no scouts that went out. Now, think if Esau was already planted and dug in when they went in that area. You know how many of those morons would have died, man? You know how many innocent people would have died? And they screaming black power and, just exposing, not setting up no perimeters or anything. And you wanted us, you're selling that we're hating because we critiqued that and told you how weak it was? And what a mockery it was of our people? I'm telling you, man, Grandmaster Jay, you made us look stupid to the trained eyes, to men that's really trained. You made us look stupid before Esau. We look stupid. You take people out there's not trained or unorganized. You got people out there that looks like they're handicapped. And you tell us to come and join that? Would you please tell me this is a damn joke, Zadok? That he's telling us to join that? Please, someone, come on, y'all. Please tell me this is a damn joke, man.
It got to be a joke.
Yeah.
To go over there and put our lives on the line for that?
Man, they
untrained,
continually flagging each other. Like a round could have went off, and once someone loses their life, you cannot get it back. And they're supposed to be a show of force, which again we applaud their courage, but the leadership is definitely lacking, and that's not how we need to move forward. Someone using their muzzle as a cane dug into the cement. No security, people pointing their weapon at each other. Really?
And it looks good for people that's not trained, man. It looks good. That's the talk of the town. That's the talk of New York. That's the talk of Georgia. It looked good to people that's not trained. Oh, yeah, that was a beautiful thing. We're gonna make history. It was all about him. It's about notoriety for that guy.
Oh.
That's the only explanation. Because if he was already like this, if they were already doing this, they should have been fine with the so-called train that they had and not had that the other civilians, I'm going to call them, the untrained, inside of their ranks. They could have just been support. You see what I'm saying? You don't march in the heat with a load and your weapons pointing at each other. That's ridiculous. That is
no one. What I was trying to explain to people, like on our call the other day, that well, man, you know what, he's doing something. I was trying to tell like the brother Tariq, I said, listen, man, if a round had went off, none of those men are controlling, and you guys will see what I mean when we go out and train, because I'm gonna show you how to run real drills. No one was controlling any sector of fire. No sector of fire was controlled, man. It would have been friendly fire if rounds had went off. You had a person that had their weapon jammed throughout the whole event, and they didn't even know how to clear their own weapon. It was right there in the video. But you got people out there like that don't know how to clear a damn weapon. What if your weapon misfire? You in a you know what I mean? You in a fight. You in a firefight. Your weapon jams. You don't know how to clear your weapon? Are you serious? He brings it to the whole event. Oh, who's that over there in the car? It was someone, his weapon jammed when we first left. But you got him out there. He doesn't know how to clear a weapon.
But see, when someone asks a question like that, there should already be a team in place to go and see about that and then be able to report. Like, things need to be in order so that way we can't be thrown into chaos.
Yeah, man. That only looks good to untrained people, man. That only looks good to untrained people, people that don't know anything about combat, none whatsoever. Because that right there, all of you that went out there, you wrote your death certificate. You should thank the Most High that the militia, the white militia, didn't show up. They would have slaughtered you guys, man. There was no strategy, no nothing. You was walking to your death. You are an embarrassment to our people, man. There was no strategy and nothing. And you got people praising that.
I got that precept, Mark 13, 7 through 9.
Hey, bring it out. You should be glad you're alive today, man.
Book of Marcos, chapter 13, verse 7 through 9. And I'm going to start from verse 5. Yahushua began to say to them, take heed that no one leads you astray. For many
Grandmaster Jay is leaving you astray. Just like the KKK is a white hate group, just like Antifa is a white hate group, just like the 3% is a white hate group, Grandmaster Jay is nothing but a black hate group, and he's not affiliated with Israelites. And Israelites that affiliate with them, you're not joined on to the Most High, because you have all types of lifestyles out there, and they don't care about it. They just want, all you have to do is be so-called black with a weapon. You don't have to be trained, anything. They just want to show a force. And you're going to fall like dominoes, man, if something really happens. And I hope he hears this, man, and train those people.
For many will come on behalf of my authority, saying, I exist, and they will lead many astray. Verse 7. And when you hear of fightings and wars and reports of fighting,
right, they're going to be wasting. You know what? I hate to say it, man. You can't. Race wars are brewing right now, man. From that right there. Now, what do you think the 511 boys are doing? There's another name for the so-called racist white group. They call them 511 boys also. They got all kind of names, man. What do you think the 511 boys are doing?
They getting ready. They're running drills.
They're laughing at that video.
Come on. They laughing at it. And you know what? He called them out. When they hit strategically. You see how they was hitting during the protest. They was right there. They was doing those Marcar cocktails. Jake out there taking damn sneakers and stuff. Esau out there and Tifa out there blowing up things. Got away with it.
Placing piles of bricks in key locations where no construction is.
Come.
All that. God. Do not be troubled. It has to take place, but the end is not yet. Verse 8. For nation will rise against nation, and reign against reign. And there will be earthquakes in various places, and there will be scarcities of food and disturbances. These are the beginnings of birth pains.
Yeah, Anthony Farmer, that doesn't really mean about the numbers. They can be outnumbers, but I tell you something, man, what I know about guerrilla warfare, man. If you know your enemy and you know yourself, the numbers don't really matter as much, man.
Hey,
when you
Marty,
look at biblical history,
go ahead and mute your mic.
He was always outnumbered. He's always outnumbered.
Hey, Marty, go ahead and mute your mic, Ark.
In biblical history, man, when you look at the Bible, we was always outnumbered. So we're not really that concerned about numbers. It's a spirit that's moving with you and you're training. It's your spirit that's on you and you're training. With Yahweh shall all things are possible. So the agenda of this so-called black militia group, what do they call it? NFAC. It's not about justice for our people. But it's about that man's publicity, because if it was about justice, he would never take untrained people out to a situation like that with live rounds, where you and the clan have been threatening each other. You take untrained people out there, men and women, and with no strategy whatsoever. You almost wrote their death certificate. And our people just praising it, letting you know that they don't know anything about real combat, man. Some of these people say, I've been in the military. You found out there was a damn cook. You understand what I'm saying? He been in the military, he's a damn cook.
Oh.
Yeah, you was in the military, but you was a medic. You understand what I'm saying? You in the military, you was a damn water purifier. I know how it goes, man. You was filling the planes with JP4. I remember cats, man, when I was coming in, man, plane all shot up. Guys, it's refueling this, man. That was his sole job, standing out there in the damn sun all day, filling it with JP4. You damn cook. They ain't come back and act tough. They won't tell the family members that. Because they still get a weapon, but the damn weapon is body swung most of the time. You're in the rear with the gear. Those are the kind of people it seems like he had out there with him, man. Because real trained men, they would have known them. This is disorganized, man. We're going to get shot by one of these. How come no one say that? Why didn't he even point that out? It was just for show, man. It wasn't about justice of our people, man. It was just for show, man. It was totally uncoordinated. Yet they coordinated it with the police that this man claimed to hate. And if you watch the video, he was laughing with Esau. Like, we're going to go around the whole loop. Where Esau said, well, that's a long ass loop. He laughing with Esau. Then he told the people before they left, when they started saying black power, hey, we don't want that. We don't want this like no protest. What the hell was it? It was a peaceful protest. It was organized by the cops. Certain streets was blocked off. That was coordinated. You understand? It was coordinated. Did you really understand what you was looking at? Everything was coordinated. But you Negroes, you can't see the folly in this because you're in the wrong spirit. You're in the wrong spirit. What you're looking at is a black Ku Klux Klan, and it might be him that started these race wars because it's imminent. The Bible says there's going to be race war. What do you say when I bend the bow? What's that precept, Zeta? When I bend the bow with Ephraim? Because according to the scriptures, it's going to be Judah and Ephraim that start these race wars, man.
Zechariah, the 9th chapter.
Come on.
Let me see. Let me get that.
Probably so, Anthony. Anthony said they deployed the National Guard, man. They would have sprayed them, man.
Zechariah.
Wild woman.
Wild woman. We're doing a lot more than what you know. We're just a lot more strategic. We're not foolish. Understand that. We're doing a lot more than what you know. But we're wise enough not to go in. A wise general never tell the enemy what he's doing. And you got the right damn name. You're a wild woman. You're a wild woman. So we're doing a lot damn more than what you know, but we're not stupid enough to go out and announce it to our enemies or our oppressors. See, that's a fool right there. Only a fool. You see how she think? That's Eve. You got Eve out there telling out there with a damn bullhorn telling men what to do. What the hell is that, man?
That'll never happen. That team won't win. That's a loser team right there, being led by a bunch of women.
And you do not have to have gone to combat in order to defend yourself. But trust and believe there, wild woman, what they were doing was not defending anything at all. Again, you must be in agreement with what you saw. It was a show of force, and they were ill prepared for an event if it took place.
She don't know a damn thing. She's not even worth our time. She's probably gonna die out there. She's not worth our. What the scriptures say: if a man be ignorant, let him be ignorant. She want to be ignorant. She want to be a damn fool. Let her be a damn fool. Because if rounds had went off that day, she wouldn't be talking to us right now. Most of them want to just perish. Most of them from friendly fire. From what I saw, here's this Malcolm X person, man. I thought I blocked this clown last night. They keep coming on. Why they keep coming on this channel?
Let me get this quick precept for you. Zechariah 9th chapter, verse 12 through 13. Turn to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even to the day do I declare that I render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, fill the bow with Ephraim, and raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as a sword of a mighty man. Race wars coming. Race wars
are coming, man. They're coming. They're imminent. But it can't be like that, man. What wise general announced everything that he's going to do before his enemy? He telling the KKK, oh yeah, we going out here. We're going to be right here. You're not. They want to. I mean, just think about that, man. These guys are too incompetent to realize how he sent them out as sacrificial lamb. He announcing to the KKK he's coming out there. You know, he started to get scared and said, "Y'all gonna let him kill me? Because they're gonna try." Remember him saying that in the video?
Yeah,
that ain't wise, man. You gonna walk right into a trap?
Yeah,
no strategy whatsoever.
Yeah, it sounded like a setup. That's what it was. It was just a setup. For all those that don't know,
he had them looking like they knew.
Yeah. So for all the civilians out there that claim to be Israel, that attach yourself, we suggest that you detach yourself ASAP. At least that's my suggestion anyway, because the lack of training does kill. The lack of training always ends in defeat when the rubber meets the road, or you're in that pressure cooker and you're in a combat or a high stressful situation. You're gonna break down, you're gonna piss yourself, you're gonna have a stool on yourself, or you're gonna cry and run, you're gonna leave your brothers for dead. You're gonna have a deer in the headlight looks, tuck your tail between your legs, put your head down between your knees, and I mean, there's a number of things that I've seen people act like, you know, while getting supposedly getting like bombed or mortared and stuff like that. And if you do not train, if you have no confidence in how you have trained, when your life is on the line, you're going to tuck tail and run, or you're going to hurt somebody next to you. So
yeah, I mean, that guy didn't anticipate any drama, because if you notice, he had two weapons in his hands at once, carrying them stacked together. Why did
that's
he have
like something out of a video game. That's not even practical.
Right. You can't
Take you Rambo. This ain't Call of Duty.
I mean, Rambo is sharper than that, man. That was a damn joke. The man had two weapons stacked together. Neither one of them was slung. The damn weapon should have been slung in front of him, pointing down. You see what I'm saying? He could have been carrying it. This dude, he's making me wonder if he actually even had any kind of damn military training. He might have just said that. Because that was tagged.
But that comment by Wild Woman, you know, that just goes to show, like, you know, a lot of, and this is not to bang on Eves, it's just to say that, like, there's no respect of order, you know, just because you out there making a fuss. That's like some a street fight, like they're just happy somebody out there fighting, just like a soap opera. But you got to respect order. The fact that you would say somebody, that's just like last night calling somebody beta or what, having a, see, with the so-called black man, they want us, they don't respect being orderly and strategic. They want us to be rah-rah and go out there and get killed, basically. But the fact that somebody would say something like that, what is it? The strong move in silence. You don't know what somebody's doing behind the scenes. So, you know, if you want to run out there and be a pawn, you know, the pawns move first and get slaughtered. You know, so if you want to be a pawn and run out there and show a force but not get nothing done, you know, how dare you say who's a beta or I question that you even understand. And yes, I mean, in this case, I have been in combat twice, so I am speaking from experience. From what I saw, they were not trained. And when you come in unorganized without a plan, like I said, you could have just threw a firecracker in the middle of that and just watch their reaction. A smart enemy would have did that just to see and watch them scatter and not go into no strategic positions or defensive positions. So, you know, I kind of get it. It's aggravating to see people or these trolls continue to come on here and try to put people down. Just because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes or respect order does not mean that somebody is a beta. It's really aggravating.
Yeah. You know, just two squads of us, a company, I'll say a company of us, a company of commandos would have taken out that whole organization unit with them coming like that. Because we would have already been dug in. We would have taken them out, man. We would have taken them out, man. We would have had booby traps and all that in place. That would have been easy, man. That was too easy. They had no one looking at their flanks. No one had their six. No one had their. They just walking straight ahead, man.
Yeah. I mean, advanced recon, making sure that you push them into I don't want to use a foul word or nothing like that, but what type of, I know the military term for it, but I don't want to flag the channel or nothing like that. But you know, you funnel people into a certain position that you want to, you know, like you hunting basically. You know, you want to funnel that rabbit or that deer into your zone that you've already predetermined where you want to hit them at. You know, so, and you plan that out beforehand. I just can't get over in my mind, like, man, just roll out, just roll a firecracker in the middle of that and see how I'd have threw a drone up just to watch them scatter and see their reaction to, because I see now, like, you know, I hear like for the 4th of July, everybody, I know the difference between a firearm and a firecracker. Everybody jumping, a firecracker go off. So I don't know, man. It's just, it's just.
I just think they would have wasted each other, man.
Exactly.
I hate to say this, man. I predict that this is going to end very bad for Grandmaster Mason, Ku Black Clan, Jay, and a lot of those people that's rolling with him. It's going to end very bad, man, unless they get trained up. They have a lot of work to do. And he's responsible for it, man. That video on them marching, there was a lack of intelligence. There was no reconnaissance done. They didn't know whether or not any opposing forces was in that area. I remember one man was going in the trunk. He said, "Hey, you see that guy over there going in his trunk? You're supposed to have people on that, man." This guy, this Bay guy said that they're all ex-military. Man, you're a damn lie. But don't come in here lying, Mr. Bay. They're not all damn ex-military. You come in here giving your damn 2 cents. The damn man asked him, I seen the video, man. Have you seen the video? He asked him, who out here has been in the military? And it was only a small percentage of them. You see how the Negro mind works, man? The Negro is nothing but a damn liar, man.
Because they don't research nothing.
I'm gonna let everybody know something right quick. The audience. If someone was a combat veteran and they're ex-military, the way that group behaved would severely bother them, just like it is us. Believe that. Someone who's actually seen combat, someone who's actually trained to accomplish like missions and different things like that, things got to be done in a certain way. So when we're forewarning you, we're actually showing love. We hope that they hear this, but don't come on here with semantics and antics like that guy did, like last night, talking about some, he was there, but then he would describe something that never even took place. He said that they confronted the police and the police left them alone. That never took place. So that guy was trying to call us soft, he was never there. Don't come on here with that. Take this back to your leadership as a learned lesson. Get together those guys who they claim to be ex-military, and they need to start back from dang on boot camp. They need some infantrymen, someone who's actually done combat training, close quarters and distance. Because the way that they conducted themselves, it was really a danger to everybody in the group, everybody, and the people around them. We cannot stress that enough. If I was out there, I probably would have tackled one of them and grabbed their weapon, because that's how we do it. That's how serious it is. If you don't treat your weapon with respect, you look after your weapon, it'll look after you. You use it as a cane, you more than one arm's distance, away from it. You leaving your discharge chamber open with your bolt showing. That's crazy. You're gonna allow something to come in and jam up your weapon. They're just things that you don't do, and it was all over there. It was all over there. So for the folks that have never been to combat or have trained for combat or never been, or those of y'all that are ex-military that's never trained.
But they don't know that, man. People keep saying ex-military, right? Listen, man. I've been to combat 2 times, and I worked in covert operations and special ops. You got damn people that could be ex-military, a damn medic. They don't see combat. You know what I mean? You're not even supposed to shoot a medic. You understand? You got people that's a 71 Lima. They're working the damn office. A 75 Bravo. You understand what I'm saying? An 88 Mike just drive a damn truck, like driving a tractor trailer. You got people that just purify damn water, man. You got people that's being an specialist. Nothing. It means nothing. That don't mean that they saw combat. You know how many people you got to be in combat arms really to see combat. Otherwise, you in the gear.
If you in field artillery or infantry, you got to be in combat arms. You got to be in combat arms, really. You know what I'm saying? Field artillery, like that, infantry,
or 12 Bravo, a combat engineer, something like that. Yeah. Otherwise, you ain't seeing no combat, man.
Don't you think prior to the march that they had in the staging area where the troops assemble, wouldn't that be a better question to ask at the staging area? Hey, who has no combat experience? Okay, you're gonna march in this specific area. Who has combat experience? You're gonna march right here. Why would you get to where it's too late to ask that question? Just get out the way if you don't got no experience. You're supposed to know that before you even. And I'm not saying that there's no place for people. Of course, military and war takes a whole team, but they should not have been out there and not in that capacity at best. You better make us some signs in the back. When we get back to the station area, had a Gatorade ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man.
That should have been discussed the same way that we do it. Like, that's one of the first things I ask. Who has any kind of military or security, any kind of combat training, law enforcement? You need to know who you're working with, man. If you don't know, you can get out there and, man, you gonna be in for it, buddy, man. You're gonna be in for quite a damn surprise, man. Because a person that's never been shot at, When rounds and stuff start going off, man, they're gonna go into a damn panic, and you don't know what the hell they're gonna do. They might shoot you, man. I seen people that was in the military that get hit from friendly fire, man, from people that was scared as hell. Friendly fire, man, shooting their own people because they're panicked.
And your boy Pat Tillman, the dude who was the Army Ranger who played in the NFL,
Arizona
he
Cardinal.
went out there. Yeah, he went out there to be a hero and got hit by friendly fire. You know, there's different reports as to why. Like he was trying to be too gung ho and they hit him off, but still, that's why you say you got to know who you're dealing with.
That's right.
Yeah, but that video of them marching to the so-called Moorish guy, you damn Moorish, you get me sick to my damn stomach anyways. You think you know everything. Not all of you, just most of you, man. That's most of you, man. You talk a lot of damn rhetoric. Don't speak about something that you don't know, man. But don't lie, man. That makes you not incredible. But all you got to do is watch the video, man. The video of them marching, it shows a lack of intelligence. It shows a lack of strategy and many elements that they're displaying in that video. All you got to do is watch the video. If you got a trained eye, you're going to see so many mistakes. And those people, all these so-called black people, the media is setting you up to be destroyed. Because I'm going to hit you with something, man. These Nazi groups, they're different, man. These white militia groups, these boys are training, man. They got their own damn range. I'm not trying to put fear in you. I'm just telling you, man, you better listen to us, man, and you better train. If you want to be with that dude need to train you, and you need to make sure he knows how to train you, or you're going to end up dying, man. We're just keeping it real with you, man. No, you Israelites, you're not supposed to be joining on to that anyways, man. You're not supposed to be joining on to it, but you love the buffoonery, man. You can't see through the effery. You understand? How you join on to that? They go all kind of different lifestyles over there. Wild woman. The hell is a wild woman? Cave woman, what? Probably a man saying that. You see what I'm saying? From what we saw in those ranks. So the solid majority is going to settle this. All you Israelites that was mixed in amongst that, man. Shame on you. Shame on you. Grandmaster Jay, you try to show power, but what you express to most of us with a trained eye is that you don't really care about those people. You would have never brought them out there like that, man. Untrained, unorganized, no strategy, just walking right into a possible trap. Now, think about what would have happened if they had met those militias. What would have happened? You think about that, Zara? What if the militia was out there?
Slaughter.
Yeah, the only thing that man doing is fueling. He's fueling the rhetoric and race wars. And it's going to happen. It's prophecy. And it might just, the Most High might just use him to do it.
I stepped out for a second.
To all of you trolls that keep coming to this channel, I got a message I want you to take back to Grandmaster Jay, man. Listen, man, don't ever warn anybody that you're going to meet for battle when and where you're going to meet. Don't do that, man. That element of surprise is very powerful. If you really want war, which you didn't, would you really inform? Do you really inform your enemy, Jeff, when you're coming? If you really want, by the way, we'll be there at 12 noon. What the hell?
With an escort.
Man, we move on people when we think they're sleeping. The most unlikely time. You try to catch them off guard with the element of surprise, man. You ambush people. You don't announce it. Well, we're going to be there at 12. And guess what? They're gonna be there at 6. They're gonna be dug in, and they're gonna be waiting for your ass, and you're gonna get smoked.
Did you say that we have to come upstairs? Go upstairs?
Especially going against a superior fighting force. I mean, for what it is, you know, these militia groups, they are better trained. You know what I'm saying? They do have more numbers. So the smaller, more elite force is actually better when you're going up against a superior fighting force. You got to be more strategic in your advancement.
What's the reasoning behind that?
So to roll out and mass a bunch of people, you know, he'd have had blood on his hands if they would have ran into that force. If them folks would have came out and confronted him, he'd have had blood on his hands, which I don't think would have been too bad on his part, because I just, from studying it from my own eyes, it looks like some type of COINTELPRO or some type of, you know, someone trying to step into the limelight and lead people falsely. So the blood on his hands may have been part of what he was trying to drum up anyway. But you know, I guess, like you say all the time, our people need a discerning spirit. You got to be able to read people, man. Again, my cousin hit me today, sent me a link to that. Like, man, look, we should join. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Well, let me tell you what's going on. While this guy, Grandmaster Jay, is out there acting diddly diddly dee, an actor's life for me. He's out there acting. Noose is popping up everywhere. Indiana officials are investigating a noose that was hanging on that same 4th of July weekend. The incident which a so-called white man is accused. Any of you hear about this? A so-called white man was accused of yelling about a so-called black man. Then he goes and get a noose, and then he pinning him against the tree. So-called white man going to get a so-called black man and pin him against the tree after he went and got a noose.
That's the incident in Indiana?
Come on.
Yeah, that's the video I watched.
Yeah, and this comes after the noose was hanging in Las Vegas. Then there was a noose hanging in Portland. Then there was a noose hanging in Baltimore, Maryland. Then there was a noose used to target a so-called black person at work in Nebraska. And then another noose used to target a so-called black man at work in Nebraska, then one in Delaware at home. You see what I'm saying? All of these nooses are popping up. What the hell? This is not a joke, man. And you got this man walking out here setting people up. But he want to argue with the KKK. You got these nooses popping up everywhere. Why are you not doing something about that? And all of this comes after the so-called black man that was found hanging from a tree in California. Then there was another one found in New York. Another one found in Texas. And now there was a one found in Morristown, New Jersey a couple days ago. And you know what they said about all of these hangings? Now you tell me how in the hell, Octavius Prime, in all of a sudden in California, in New York, in Texas, and in New Jersey, all these so-called black men are going to hang themselves on suicide? Come on, man. You know Jake don't do that, man. DeWater, you know Jake don't do that, man. Jake don't want to die. That was a lynching, man. The police departments are writing it off as suicide. These are lynchings. And you Israelites, you don't want to do nothing? Man, you people better wake the heck up, man. They're all ruled as suicides, despite activists calling for deeper investigation. So there's a range of disturbing incidents that has actually happened since George Floyd's death. Subsequent protests against racism and police brutality has not stopped it. I'm talking about this is after George Floyd's death. In Illinois, a man was charged with a hate crime for allegedly riding his motorcycle into a protest while hitting two people. The authorities say the KKK leader tried to run his car through a group of peaceful protesters in Virginia. Videos show a so-called white man is celebrating with his car towards a so-called black woman in a Wisconsin parking lot. You people better take this seriously, man. What the heck we got to do to reach these damn Israelites? You sitting back and making, man, these people are pathetic, man. So, also in Wisconsin, remember that so-called white lawyer who allegedly hop spit in a so-called black teenager's face when he was protesting? They charged him with a hate crime. Then you had a so-called white man who allegedly burned Athena Bernstein, who was a so-called biracial woman with lighter fluid. And that's being investigated for a hate crime. And you don't think these race wars are taking off already? See, when it comes to symbols of faith, gunshots, damage, a historically black church in Kentucky, and 5 so-called white people face hate crimes for the alleged attack on the black pastor in Virginia. What the hell's going on? Are you guys not watching? Or you don't see what's going on? What about families? There's a viral video that shows a so-called white woman. I got her on the thumbnail right here, pointing a gun at the so-called black woman and her daughter in Michigan, not too far from where Joe Moore is. She said, well, I don't know what made you hate white people. White people don't hate you. It's not about hate. 2 minutes later, she had the damn gun in the so-called black woman's face after she apologized for it, showing her true spirit. In a Michigan parking lot, a so-called black Muslim woman and her 2 children, because she was a so-called Muslim woman, she had a gun pulled on her in Washington State. So all across the United States, you so-called black people have been reporting incidents of alleged hate crimes. What are you Israelites doing? What are you doing about it? Criminal offenses motivated by bias. As what? Black Lives Matter go out with their signs and protest peacefully. So now, what do you have? You got a lot of so-called black Americans that's fearing for their safety, afraid to stand up. What you gonna do, Marty Mark? It's not for you, huh, Marty? You sit in the sideline, huh? What about it, Marty Mark?
Let me tell you, you got a bunch of people that's just fucking scared, man. But what's gonna happen is that when they realize that it's right there up on them, because it's right up on us in California.
Let me tell you something, Marty. Let me tell you something with this guy, this Masonic guy, this black KKK leader, Grandmaster Jay. Let me tell you something he probably didn't think about, and if he knows it, he hasn't shared with the people. History shows that whenever there's any kind of previous movement towards racial equality, racist white America responds with violence. So you can anticipate it. This is why this stuff is soaring like this. They respond with violence. Let me remind you, more than 4,400 so-called black people were killed by terror lynchings from 1887 to 1950, starting with the end of the Reconstruction period after the Civil War. That's when the Ku Klux Klan started. Do you understand? And they protest against discriminatory black codes and Jim Crow laws. Do you understand? Montgomery, Alabama. See, once so-called black men were able to vote, you know what the southern states did? Southern states used many tactics to prevent them from casting ballots, including mob violence. There's a book that I have called 100 Years of Lynching. It talks about this. It's just newspaper articles of us getting lynched for 100 years.
Wow.
And you try to hide that behind white fragility.
God.
Mob violence, lynchings, according to the Constitutional Rights Foundation. Go and check it out for yourself. So economic progress has also been met with violence, such as Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Black Wall Street. You understand? They got upset. They burned it down.
God.
More successful than them.
God,
You
we've been
niggas better wake
successful.
up, man. You better wake up, man.
God.
When the Most High say, since you love blood, I'm going to shed your blood. Someone get me Ezekiel, the 25th chapter, man. Most High say he's going to use Jake to rise up against
I was already
Israel,
on it. I was already on it.
These race wars are coming to pass, man.
Ezekiel,
coming,
the 25th chapter. Ezekiel, the 25th chapter, verse 14. And I will lay vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, says Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai.
It's got to come to, this thing's coming to pass, man. We see it happening, man. It's already taking place. You can't get Donald Duck out of this one, man. And he's spreading that rhetoric. See, during the civil rights movement and Martin Luther, you so-called black people were terrorized with police brutality. They use hoses and dogs on you. He had to tell you to walk around with a sign that say, I'm a man. I'm a man. You ain't got to tell no real man that he's a man. You understand? He knows that he's a man. White folk been knew that. But you still want to use these titles, Negro, Black, and Colored, man. You don't want to be associated with the people, the Most High. You don't want to claim nationality as an Israelite. Now, how in the hell you got any kind of power, you walking around pumping your fists, screaming black power? The only thing me and Yashabim and Zadok and Israel saw was 1,000 damn crayons out there. We thought Crayola was having a damn celebration for the 4th of July. Because the very moment that you call yourself black, you ain't nothing but a damn crayon. You don't have no nationality. You're flagless. You're nationless. You have nothing. And you have nothing coming to you because black is a brand.
Con.
It has no status. You ask one of the niggas out there, oh, what's your nationality? Hey, I'm wild woman. Black power. Black ain't got no damn power. Define it. Black is everything bad. So after the Black Lives Matter protests began, way back in 2014, you know what happened? Let me ask any of you under the sounds of my voice. Since the Black Lives Matter protest began in 2014, Trumpet, has police brutality going down? It's just a question. Where's Wild Woman? Oh, I blocked it. Has police brutality going down since Black Lives Matter protests began? Hell no. Black Lives Matter don't want to talk about that. It hasn't gone down. Remember, Black Lives Matter came out after the shooting of 18-year-old Michael Brown in Ferguson, Missouri. And since then, police kill more unarmed Black people. All you got to do is map some police violence. You can't even call me a liar. So the number of people killed by law enforcement has remained steady since Black Lives Matter came out. Roughly 1,000 damn people a year is killed by the police. 1,000 unarmed Black people a year is killed by the police.
And most with no prior convictions.
In each of the past 4 years, according to the Washington Post, Fatal Force Project, that's how many's died. See, in Black Lives Matter protests since 2014, police have responded with tanks, with tear gas, firing rubber bullets, and pushing protesters to the ground, slamming some to the ground, and putting their damn knee on your neck. Just saying, I can't breathe. But me, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to breathe. You can best believe I'm going to breathe. And even if it's my last breath, I'm going to breathe until my breath leaves me and all the fight is out of me. I'm going to breathe. See, I'm going to breathe for all the so-called Blacks that died in the transatlantic slave trade. All those Israelites that died, I'm going to breathe for them. I'm going to breathe for Trayvon Martin. I'm going to breathe for George Floyd. Oh, yeah, I'm going to breathe for Eric Garner and all the other fallen souls that didn't die, that didn't deserve to die. So we got to breathe for them. Man. You talking about I can't breathe. If you can't breathe, that means you're going to damn die. You better breathe, Negro. You better learn to breathe somehow.
God.
I can't breathe. Got up a damn sign. That's someone asking for pity, man. God. We already know they said that. We know they can't breathe. You jackass. That's why they died. You better stand up and breathe, man, and fight back in self-defense. A lot of these hate crimes go unreported, man. Like that in the code. What you gonna do? What the Israelites gonna do, Zadok?
Not a damn thing.
HOI teaching and a bunch of
waiting for the chairs to fly.
Because this dude, Grandmaster J, man, Grandmaster J, he's gonna call Edomites to start attacking objects. You remember I said that? HOI teaching. They read in the Bible. KKK come up, man. Throw a marker top cocktail at him.
Woo!
What the hell they gonna do, man? Gonna get the Bible and put it out?
No, they're gonna wait for the chairs.
They're gonna be just. You ever see that video that time? You ever see that video that time? An Israelite male and his, I guess it was his rib, gets pulled over in the car and he trying to play tough. You see that, Octavius? He trying to play tough.
Yeah.
The cop. Yeah, he doesn't want to comply. The cop tells him to get out of the car. He doesn't get out. The cop asks him again. He doesn't get out. He's trying to play tough. Well, I ain't done nothing wrong. Yeah. And so the cop takes that damn baton and breaks the damn window and snatches his ass out. And you know what he started doing?
Oh yeah.
That was about 5 years ago.
Right? I said, what? Yeah. You know that had to be GMS, man. You know that had to be GMS, man.
What the hell is this? How come he didn't just get out the car? Comply, man. Have you not been watching the news, man? This was right around the time, man, that somewhere within the vicinity. Remember that guy was down in Texas shooting at cops after they killed Alton Sterling and someone else.
Gavin Long?
That other brother.
Gavin Long.
That other brother that was in. Remember the brother that had a legal firearm? He had a permit to carry, and they killed the brother in his car. And his girlfriend was driving the car. It happened right around that time, man. Man, they got a history of murdering us, man. Why would anyone not want to join the anti-police brutality commandos? We're only talking self-defense, man. We're not talking go out and cause no damn race wars or cause no war. We're speaking self-defense. We're entitled to a militia. We're just strict Second Amendment supporters. We don't go out and advocate violence. We're not about that. We're not going out talking about I hate that so-called white man. I hate this. We're not about that. We're about defending ourselves because our blood has been on the hands of racist America and these racist cops far too damn long. And we decided never again. Never again. Just like the so-called Jews reserved the right to never allow another Holocaust occur to them again, and we paid a hell of a cost, we deserve that same right to be able to stand up and say never again. I'd rather die first. And if you're in that same spirit, why in the heck are you not over here with us? Because we're coming from the spirit of the Most High in Christ. We're not running around with unks on our necks trying to cast some kind of demonic spell. We're not practicing witchcraft. We're not into all of these. You're saying, how come you can't get with them? What the guy say last night, Cleo? That's what I can't understand. You always want to divide people. We're not dividing people. The Most High separated people, man. Most High separated us from them, man. He said, come ye out from amongst them and be ye separate. What concord have Christ with Belial? What concord have light with darkness? None, man. Therefore, come ye out from amongst them and be ye separate. We got to separate from these, man. You might be my same skin, but you're not in the same spirit as me, man. There's a lot of black devils out there, man. Ask some of these brothers that had children and daughters that died in Chicago or that died in New York this weekend. There's a lot of damn black devils out there. I'm talking about a black devil that'll pick up a damn hammer and kill a 8-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old and think nothing about it. They're here trying to convince you how evil Esau is. You're wicked as hell just as well. So a devil is a devil is a devil. It's really that simple, man. And you better wake up and smell the damn coffee because a lot of them will snuff your life out and say, hey, see, you don't understand. I don't feel nothing. I don't care about none of you. You dig what I'm saying? They're out there. They're out there. Gotta remember that, man. So don't be distracted by this guy coming trying to play the race card, man. Because that'll make you no better than them, man. You can't find that. That's not scriptural, man. Most High never done nothing against anyone based on the race. It was based on spirit, man. It was Esau's spirit. And he couldn't have been the way that he is unless the Most High allowed that thing. It says in the book of Romans, vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. That's what it was created for. You can't blame him. The man's carrying out his purpose. Let's get that, man. Let's get the book of Romans, man, the 9th chapter, man. Let's get the book of Romans, 9th chapter, and let's see, was it anything that Esau did that made him like he is? You're going to have to blame the Most High, man. The Most High made him that way, man. If you're a spiritual man, you will understand this, man. Before the children was born, the Most High made him that way, man. Just because you're the seed of Abraham don't mean you're the children of Yasha Allah. Someone get the book of Romans, the 9th chapter, verse 11. Let's see if it was anything that Esau did. The reason he was created wicked, so the Most High's purpose could be carried out, man. If you're a spiritual man, you understand that. You blame the maker, or you blame the one that's made. You got to blame the maker. If you get mad with the Most High.
Book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 11. Yet, before they were born or had done any good or evil,
before Esau had done anything, before they was born, before they had done any good or evil, read on.
In order that the purpose of the Supreme Elohim, according to choice, might stand, not of works.
The only reason that he was made the way that he was made, man, so that the Most High just wanted to prove a purpose. Read on.
According to choice might stand, not of works, but of him who calls.
See that? It was not because of anything that Esau did. So you can stop that lie. The Most High made him that way. Now, which one are you going to get mad with the Most High? The Most High made him that way. That's like he made some of you Jakes wicked. 2/3 of you, man. You got 2/3 of a pie, man. That means most of you are wicked. That's why we can't trust most of you, man. You're turncoats. Most of you are wicked, man. You betray your own people, man.
Straight
so the Most High
turncoat.
made him that way, man. Yeah, man.
Straight turncoat.
Eve, she be wanting to sell us out, man. She out there like wild woman coming in the room, man. Like that woman that was out there with a damn bullhorn. Oh, he said he's over there smirking. She trying to instigate something.
And
you see
and be the first one. And be the first one to lay down with him.
Yep.
Woman trying to instigate a confrontation.
You saw for Jake when Eve when Jake went some of her snatch. Jake got to take her out to a damn expensive restaurant like a damn Red Lobster, which she's not supposed to be eating. That's why she smell like hell when she pull her damn underwear down. But no, that's okay. I don't want none of that. Y'all them damn crabs. She smell like crabs, lobster, and all of that. That bad smell that comes from her. The brother be like, "No, I'm good. I'm good." But when she go out with Esau, she'll say, "Oh yeah,
you ain't gotta do nothing.
I understand, baby. Yeah, you're an entrepreneur. He had sex with her for a damn Happy Meal. Damn Happy Meal.
Coffee and bread at Panera Bread.
But when Jake walk with her, they got to take her to Red Lobster, man. It's real, man.
Esau gonna get for nothing.
She'll make all kinds of excuses for him. Oh, he's an entrepreneur. He's working on his career. But Jake, he can have a raggedy ass car, and she'll try and do everything that she can for him. And you know what most of these
he working on his career.
You know what most of these Eves get with them? Because a lot of them, they like to be treated like slaves. She got some damn sick sexual fetish because when she was young, she was abused. So she wants to be treated like a damn slave. Our women are sick like that, man. I'm telling you, man. Stop me where I'm lying at.
You're not lying. I came in contact with that.
Not lying.
Like you said about being choked and everything.
Con.
Yeah, a chick mentioned that to me this past week about that choking, man.
See that? Told you.
Yeah.
I know it, man. They weren't trying to get me to do it. What the hell's wrong? The only thing, the only time that she was right, we had to get into a damn argument. Then I started to figure it out. Like she always seemed depressed, and we get into an argument that would turn her on. It's like this damn woman is sick, man. Let me get the hell away from her, man. It's like, damn, man, Eve, she messed up, man. Want to be choked, man. Woman literally told me, choke me. Huh? You ain't doing it hard enough.
Oh, man.
She's damn near turning purples on her.
Man, it's some shit called ghetto gaggers, man. And I never knew about it until I kept hearing Nathaniel talk about it.
Yeah, Thomas Tyler Moyo, he put it out there too. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
One of my homeboys, like, man, hey man, it's some disgusting stuff called ghetto gaggers. And man, when you talk about Eve is letting Esau do the most disgusting. She letting Esau do the most disgusting things in the world. Jake couldn't pay her $100,000, and she wouldn't let Jake do it. But Esau literally giving these women $1,000, man. He found the most ghetto as trash, dress them up, give them $1,000 a piece, and making them do. I mean, just disgusting. Oh my God, disgusting. Ghetto gaggers, man. Eve, quit being a ghetto gagger.
But you know that's also a narrative that during so-called slavery that, you know, we didn't protect our women and the slave master was out there raping them or whatever. I'm not saying that
we was getting raped.
Yeah, but it was also a lot of them. Exactly, but it was also just like today. A lot of Eves was, you know, for a better life, you know, going to work with the slave master, going to give him what he want, then coming back into art, infiltrating, like being a double agent almost, you know. So I think it's the same thing going on today, man. A lot of these chicks, I'm not saying that, like you said, Zadok, I mean, men was getting raped. I'm not saying women, like, but the narrative they try to paint is that we allowed the white man to steal their innocence. We didn't protect them, man. It's just like today, for the money or the comfort, for the fanciest life, she ain't rocking with you. So it's just it's funny how that narrative is painted, that we just let them be taken advantage of.
If you look at the movie Django, you will see the old ancient mama Eve in there. You know what I'm saying? She was on I forgot what
Leonardo.
Leonardo DiCaprio played his character, but that was a real, I mean, ancient mama Eve, you know what I'm saying, double agent, sitting there looking at the Negroes down because she ghetto gagging on Esau. Come on. They're doing the most disgusting stuff to you. Letting their animals
nice
run
dress,
into you.
Nice dress, some makeup, don't got some type of air conditioning, man, you getting sold to she put you right back in slavery.
Right.
Well, we never left.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all Eves like that though, man. A lot of Eves were revolutionaries. So, I mean,
and that's why, you know, I it's tough even speaking on it, because like I don't want to paint with a broad brush, because I get, you know, as so-called black men, we get painted with a broad brush a lot as well.
I don't like to get into putting Eve down, like, you know, every night. You know what I mean? I was just talking about the ones that do that. It's not, you know, it's not all about women that do that, but there is some. There's a small faction that does that, man, and that like that kind of abuse, and that stems from them being abused as a child and to develop some sort of personality disorder. Some of them, they don't like the abuse like that. What they do is they're going to have sex with another woman, or even the men, they're going to have sex with another man. See, they will use that as an excuse, or this is the reason that I'm like this, because I was abused. But you can still rise above that, man. You can still rise above anything that happened to you. It's all right ahead. The real battle is right ahead. But a lot of people are not able to overcome that war that's actually occurring in their mind. And so they fall victim and say, hey, I was born this way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some people, there's even scenarios where some people, if something like a major event takes place in their life that's really traumatic, they don't remember a lot of it, because your brain has a way of actually attempting or trying to protect you, and it'll black out certain memories so you won't remember it. So a lot of them don't even remember it. They only remember certain things from it, and they purposely don't want to remember it. So they keep telling themselves this didn't happen. And so they'll try to block it out, but it still remains in their subconscious mind. And then whenever it resurfaces sometime, there's a trigger. You ever see that movie? Was it the when they program all those people with MK Ultra?
You seen a Manchurian Candidate?
The Manchurian Candidate, right?
Oh, that's a good one.
There's triggers that cause old memories to resurface, and then you carry out such acts. So all it takes
Born
is for
identity.
something to trigger in her mind, his mind, and then they go right back to that behavior. They go right back to it, and they participate in it again. And then after they flash back to reality, they'd be like, "Damn, why did they do that?" That's spiritual right there, man. It's spiritual. But a lot of these people, they have personality disorders, man. Borderline personality disorder, narcissistic, histrionic personality disorder. These personality, and they're never dealt with, and so they go and get in relationships, and they take this into the relationship, and Esau's world is so wicked. Esau call an illness, a sickness like that, a fetish. See, he makes it seem all right. He'll say, "Oh, it's not wrong. It's just a sexual fetish." We all have our fetish. So they make evil fair seeming. And then Eve be like, "Oh yeah, it's just a fetish. What's wrong with you? There's nothing wrong with a little pain." They try and justify it. Yeah, man. It happens, man. Some of them like to be spanked. I mean, really hard, man. Some of them like to be spanked. Oh, you got all kind of sick fetishes, man.
Spit on.
You got to realize a lot of the elites of this society, they've been abused as children. Like there's stories about Palm Beach and stuff, like little white boys running out in the street naked. You know what I'm saying? Screaming rape. They see in that kind of society, nothing happens because they got power. The adults got power and that kind of stuff, and they grow up and they be world leaders, man. And then that's why all these things to them, that's why all these, they don't look at it as a psychological defect from what it is, but
it's normal.
Because they control the society as it is right now.
I believe Anderson Cooper, man.
At the end of the day, I gotta say this, man. Jake is not going nowhere without Eve, man. Like, I mean, the Most High, you gotta remember, man, the Most High is not good that man be alone, man. So at some point, man, you're gonna have to try and find a good Eve. And, you know what I mean? He said it's not good for man to be alone. He created the woman for him, man. It's your responsibility to call her into order, man. You're supposed to be her head. You're supposed to know how to deal with her mind. See, that's the problem. Most men don't know how to deal with her mind, man. They want to deal with her with their fists, because they're not intelligent enough to deal with her with their mind. So it's always this, because when a woman, I'm hit you something, man. When a woman truly sees the spirit of the Most High in the man, she'll submit to that man. Because she'll see the spirit of the Creator in him, and that makes her wants to submit. But it's kind of like the conversation we was having. Remember, yesterday, Israel, we was counseling this couple, and what's the first thing that Eve said? Eve said, he reads the Bible. He don't do anything it says, but he always want to tell me what to do. Yeah, he's trying to tell her what to do. Turns out he wicked as hell, man. Check it out. Man, this dude that told you can't be around this anymore, man. This dude now she catching him online on Facebook talking to other women. You know what he telling her? This is none of your damn business. I'm getting money from that. And I said, yo, you kind of talking to your wife like she's a bitch.
Yeah, that's whoremonger.
He said, I am. He admitted it. And I said, listen, man, you can't be around us anymore, man. You can't be around us. And he done messed the sister's mind up so much. You know what she was told us? And stop me where I'm lying at, Israel. She said, don't kick him out of the group because it looks like he was about to change. I said, sis, you don't understand. We can't have that wicked vibration around us. This dude, I told her, I said, this dude's wicked. He's off as hell. He's still in the streets, but he's trying to behave like he's an Israelite, but he don't mean any of this. You pimping women. I said, man, that could have been my sister. That could have been my daughter, and I'll be ready to fly that head. You understand what I'm saying? You mistreating a woman, and his Negroes like that is why when good men try to run into a woman, she seem all right, he done turned her out, man. You understand what I'm saying? In her mind, you can't trust no men. All men are dogs now. but she failed to realize some dogs have become men. You understand what I'm saying? But in her mind, she just see all men as dogs because that's what he treat them like. This Negro, he talking to women right in front of her, man. Yeah, and then they're trying to use it as an abuse factor. Yeah, I had sex with her, so what? People get stuck into that paradigm, man. Remember, man, people that's been abused a lot, they get addicted to abuse. A pimp, that's how he treats women. Women starts to, he mess her up so much psychologically from beating her. He makes her feel as if she cannot survive without him. You see what I'm saying? And he puts this fear in her, just like a slave master. It's kind of the same type of relationship. And so she be loyal to him, man. She'll go out and make all this money. She never think about taking the money and running as far away as she can. She'll bring it back to him. Yeah, man.
Con.
But you
That's
know,
crazy how
brother even tried to. Slocky. Go ahead, Jeffrey.
Yep. Go ahead.
I was just saying, it's crazy how the mind, you got a fight or flight mode with the mind, but also, you know, just to protect yourself, it, like you said, it'll mask over some of those traumatic events and almost normalize it, man. So it's like, I mean, we fighting an uphill battle right now, man. The mind is powerful, and all I've been trying to do at this point is just stay in the word, man, and not be no hypocrite with it. You know, break it out every day, read what I can, try to understand it, because that's the only way I see to break some of the bad habits that I have, you know, and that I came up with, you know. But like you said, we definitely got to find a way to find a good Eve and make sure that we leading from the front.
Yeah, he put that sister. It seems like she had the Stockholm syndrome from, you know, he probably beat her and all of that, man. Because he kept telling her, "Come on and talk to me," and we was like, "No, man, you talk to her right here on the core, with us." And he kept, you know, and I told her, "You know what, sis, this is my email. I'm gonna put you in contact with some of the sisters in T-Top, so you'll have a sisterhood, but stay away from this dude." Am I lying, Israel? And it never happened, man. She, you know, he probably, you know, hit her up or whatever. Because I mean, check this out, man. Know what he done with the sister? He may have quit a job, and I'm not gonna put the names out there. We don't want the names. He made her quit a job. When she quit a job, he wouldn't give him no money to not even buy tampons, man. He told her he was going to provide it. See, that was a form of control, man. That was a form of control. He told her
pimp move.
He was going to take care of everything. Then she was saying, "You won't even give me $10 to go to the store when I needed something." But then he got mad when she went back and started working 16 hours a day. Now he's trying to get her to quit her job again.
That's what a pimp do.
See, that's control, man. And he do that to be able to keep her under his
control. And you see that happen with a lot of ease, because they get stuck with a lot of bummy dudes like that, and they fall in love with them dudes, man. I mean, they fall head over heels with them dudes. You like, this dude is a bum. He getting all of your money. Yeah, low self-esteem, though. But what killed me, some of these women have good guys come to them, but they rather choose that bum that mistreat them. I just don't get it.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you what it is.
You know what that's the result of? Yeah, go ahead, Octavius. I get that. I know exactly what that is.
If the bummy dude, the dude that's the center,
go ahead,
he gonna allow you to. In her mind, she feel like he's gonna allow her to do everything under the sun, freedom and liberation. You know what I'm saying? See, an upright man coming in life, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of like requirements and standards and everything. She gotta, you know, say she gotta know how to cook. Her womanhood gonna be tested. But with the bummy dude, you feel like You know what I'm saying? It like she could just kick back, or if she just want to mess
Yeah,
with a
kick
girl
back.
every now and then, have threesomes,
Right.
all that kind of
Right.
stuff. In her mind, there's some form of freedom that he's gonna give her. You know what I'm saying? Versus like one of us. But go ahead.
Yeah, you know what the other problem is?
Like in the,
Go ahead, Todd. How's it up?
No, I think that was Israel. I think that was Israel that was about to speak.
Yeah, but he was gonna say something behind me, after me.
Conwell while Taza Doc occupied. What I was gonna say about this particular situation is that the brother really called he really called trying to use the scriptures to control her. You know what I'm saying? And like Taza Doc was saying, like once she saw that he was trying to move in the spirit, it kind of gave her hope in the relationship. But his actions wasn't reflecting what he was telling her. You know what I'm saying? So for the brother to tell her not to work, and then she not working, and you can't even give her some short change because you don't want to mess up with your drug money, that's a big problem. You know what I'm saying? And you can't use the scriptures to try to control Eve, and you're not even following the scriptures yourself. So she's not gonna follow suit. You gotta stand as a man. You gotta lead by example.
Yeah, I mean, but this woman was saying, I mean, I love his children. Like he got 3 children. She don't have none. She's supposed to take care of them and all of that, man. He abusing the woman. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Then he trying to make her
Those
take
are the
care
ones
of
they
the
like,
children.
though.
We trying to explain to him, you understand this not.
Those are the ones they
It's not her
like. They
responsibility.
love them right there.
Yeah, and then you know what? Know what this Negro did? He gave his children up. He gave them up. Gave his damn 3 children up.
Up to what?
When he said he sent them with the mom, but when this information came out, I said, listen, brother, you can't be a part of T-Dot. You're done. You can't be a part of us, man. You're done.
And he really tried to justify that it was something that she wasn't doing.
Wow.
He was trying to say because of the
That was the
Eve
same guy
is the
riding around
reason
with
why
Dr.
he.
Tax, right? Yeah.
That's crazy. Nah, he can't be around here. He over there playing a role like the beard. He tried to Chris Beard us again.
That's worse than Chris Beard.
In the same boat. In the same boat.
Paint us a picture.
And it's funny that you said that. So like the and the Ock he texts me on the side trying to get like some sympathy, and he dropped Chris Beard's name. So it's funny how people quick to judge someone else.
No way. That is ridiculous.
Man, come on now.
That is ridiculous. That's that's definitely the folks we need to watch out for. We need to get a full perspective if you're in the middle of a situation.
I called him out a couple times, man. My spirit never betrays me, man. I called him out a couple times, man.
Yeah, you did. Remember that.
Yeah, he the other night on the call, man, I had to check him a couple times. He was arguing then in the background. He was arguing then in the background a couple times. Like, yo, who's that? Mute that, man.
So the hate crimes are up, man. We have to be very, very particular about who we allow to be close to us. Very, very particular. And if anybody comes out with any kind of movement and try to claim to be a part of the nation of Israel, we got to be on it, because like Doc said, they're going to get people killed. And the Jakes that aren't part of the organizations are the ones that's going to have to pay the price. It's not about always trying to find a reason to divide and separate. That already takes place for those that are looking in on, in the audience. That already takes place. The Most High did that from the beginning. But we need to move a certain way, because the way we move and submit to the Most High, that's where the victory is at. And that's what our focus should be on. It's not about the numbers.
Yeah, we just had like Edomites, man. They on the move. I see this 82-year-old Edomite bust up in the house, killed, shot 6 Edomites, man. At 82 years old. You know what I'm saying? Down here in Florida, Port St. Lucie. Yeah.
But they shot other Edomites?
Yeah. It's just came across my news feed. So a lot of them about their life, man. You know what I'm saying? They really say no game. Killed the 11-year-old girl.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, like the other day we seen the dude hanging out with some Edomites in Indiana, and then they finna next thing you know, they got a noose. They finna hang them out there in the woods, man. So like Tazadak said, every time we start talking about self-defense and fighting for our rights, this is what happens. You start to see them become more violent. You know what I'm saying? So it would just, if you leave the house, you know what I'm saying, make sure you got something to protect yourself, or be aware at the least of your of what's going on around you, because like right now 2020, as we see, anything can happen.
Anything.
Yeah, Jack think every damn thing sweet, man. Jake think every damn thing sweet.
Yeah, like even in Israelite culture, I notice every time there's like a mass shooting or there's anything of note that takes place, like remember that Cuban guy shot up the school down here in Florida. I think he killed 17 people. I remember Israelites were saying that was a hoax, and you know what I'm saying, it was crisis actors and all that kind of thing. And I think a lot of times, a lot of guys that are in Israel, they working guys, they work warehouse jobs or drive trucks and stuff like that. They never really seen a lot of like carnage in real life. You know what I mean? They're not street people either. Never came from the street, so so it's easy for them to believe that a lot of things are fake and that people are not that. And I think what it is that cognitive dissonance, that people are really not that violent. You know what I mean? And they don't want to say it, but that's what they really is. But I was working with the insurance company that was giving out life insurance policies to the survivors. You know what I'm saying? So one of my managers was telling me how he had to bring the policies to the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was sad. Like, a lot of the kids, they was insured through a particular company I was with. You know what I'm saying? So it's real. We got real witnesses, real people, real funerals and things like that taking place. And these atrocities that you see on the news, it's just the mercy of the Most High that you're just not a part of it, man.
Come on. Some people try to like convince themselves in their head that
Yeah,
certain people wouldn't certain things would never happen, and
crisis actors.
yeah, come on.
The Illuminati, you know what I'm saying? Illuminati crisis actors, everything's fake. You know, none of that's real.
No, them people die for real.
Yeah. Yeah, like for me, like, you know, I grew up in my neighborhood was pretty rough when I grew up. And it was just like, you know, I seen the AKs, the Uzis, the murders, you know what I'm saying? I had to duck gunfire, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, knowing that, seeing dead bodies and stuff from a child, you know, it's real. So, like, to me, it's like, somebody got murdered, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Yeah, you know it's real. So, it's like, for some people, you know, you got to realize some people that have that bullhorn online, they don't. What I started realizing was a lot of people that be online of note, you know, they come from a background where, you know, they just ain't experienced how harsh the reality of the world is, man. There's some murderers out there, man. Some rapists. It's some real deviant people out there that just don't care. Just as much as people that, like the most faithful Israelite online, there's people out there that are more faithful to Satan or to atheism. You know, they really don't believe in anything, man. You know what I'm saying? And these people are extremely dangerous. You know, I've been around, like, I had my ex-girlfriend, her friend was at a part of a church, and kind of find out her and her husband, they was molesting little kids and stuff. I knew something. I said something off about that chick, man. You know what I mean? But it just like these. But the thing is, these are kind of atrocities they take place, and it's like we have to be cognizant of that. And you know, you have to prepare yourself for almost anything that comes. You know, that's why this mission that we on with anti-police brutality, learning self-defense, learning about, you know, learning things deeper of the deeper science of self-defense and military operations and everything like that. That's something that I think all of us need to know, because it's a possibility all-out race war could take place. You look at Donald Trump, he's thinking that he's going to lose, but he's positioning himself as a secessionist president right now, man. If you look at it, they're defending the Confederate flag in the White House. You know what I'm saying? So if he lose, what Joe Biden said, he said if he lose, they might have to remove him. You know, might have to get the military to get him out of office, because, you know, like, you know, you never know what could take place, man. Yeah.
I seen Jake running today with his shirt off, carrying the American flag, jogging, just running. You know how Esau be doing? He running with the big flag in his hand, just jogging.
Yeah.
They're hanging his ass from that same damn flag in that pole, man.
Come on.
Yeah, it was one YouTuber talking about the Confederate flag is actually the flag for the black man. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you got all. Tell you, man, there's some weirdos out there, man. And like I said, everything's a false flag to a lot of people, man. You know.
That's a lot of people's excuses, though. Like with the APBC, the excuses, you know, this is not gonna happen to us, or we're just gonna forget about it, and you know, it'll go away eventually. That's a lot of people what they tell themselves in their head.
Yeah, until it happens to one of their family members.
Come on, that's what I'm dealing with my family. I mean, it's straight up like I said earlier. You know, they're not taking it serious.
They said, "Boy, don't you get involved in that. That's none of your business. You stay out of that."
Come on.
Until
That's
it happens
exactly
to one of
what it
them.
is. Now, if something, y'all, you know, I don't want to put this on myself or anything, and Most High willing, I mean, if it's whatever he deems is going to be deemed, but if something was happening to me, I wonder how they would react. You see what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, they mean well, man, but that makes people docile, right? they tell you, hey, don't you get involved. You just keep your nose clean and it won't happen to you. You just mind your business until it does happen to you. They realize that some of these people, they hate all of us with a passion. With a passion, man. And Esau's about, hey man, you can go on and you look at that video that guy these so-called blacks marching the NFAC. Esau, he took that video and he re-uploaded it. And if you look at all those racial remarks under that thing that Esau put there, you'll be like, damn, this is serious, man. And Esau was critiquing him. He was talking about how weak they look, how they didn't have any strategy, and just cutting them up. Some of the same things that we said. You know what I mean?
Come.
So even Esau looked at that and say, well, this is a joke. We don't fear this.
The Most High is not with them.
Come
on.
See, what Esau is forgetting is the North would have never won the war without us, man. America would have never won many of her wars without us. The fierce so-called black man, the greatest warrior on the planet. And he's a beast. That thing, that vicious beast that's involved in pedophilia and like to touch little altar boys. He's a beast and he's a killer. So if he comes at you, man, in self-defense, you better lay him down. You better lay him down because he will kill you, man. He's a killer. Remember, his father Isaac blessed him by this sword, man. Wow. That's Genesis. You know what I mean? This is Genesis, the 27th chapter, verse 40. He was blessed by the sword, man. So that means he was blessed to be a killer.
Yeah, right now they got plagues on that COVID-19 plaguing them, though, man.
Oh yeah,
that COVID-19 plaguing them.
But is people really dying from that though? I mean, they see a lot of people getting it, man. I don't see nobody dying, man. Not like they were showing in New York.
I think what's happening is there's a lot of the ICU rooms are getting filled up down like here in Florida. Like they're getting filled up. So you having people that be on that ventilator for a minute, you know what I mean, and then they'll die like weeks later. Especially if you have younger or something. Like that actor, he died at 41 years old. He was 41 years old and he died. But he was on the ventilator for like 3 months.
Damn.
Yeah. And depending on the family, sometimes I just let that person sit there on that ventilator for a long time and just like literally rot. You know what I'm saying? The only thing moving is their heart, lungs, you know what I'm saying? And a little brain function.
Yeah, believe it or not, my uncle, the one that went in the hospital first, he's still there. They only let 1 or 2 people see him at a time. But I'm glad that they're, refusing to release him to the hospital and under someone else's authority. But he went in under something completely different February the 26th, and they still got him there right now. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend, mother's still in the hospital.
Yeah.
She's on the ventilator right now. She's been in there for about over a week now.
Yeah, if I do make it to that training, I'm definitely going to sneak up to New York City to see what's really going on, or what is the language that they're using to keep them there.
I don't know if you want to I don't know if you want to.
Yeah, they're talking about quarantine in New York right now, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to. You're gonna be coming to a dead city, man.
Quarantine again?
Depending on what state you come from, I think I heard Cuomo say something about that.
Yeah, I mean, especially him coming from Georgia, man. He'd be waiting 14 days to get in the city. Yeah, man. You better have Israel. You better have Israel pick you up on the George Washington, man.
Con.
Yeah, definitely have to see about something.
I got a family friend that's in the hospital right now too, and they on a ventilator. They said she wasn't supposed to make it past the night, but she's still here. I feel like the hospital really taking people out. You know what I'm saying? And they even had nurses saying that. So.
Yeah.
I saw a video of some nurse talking about how they just letting people, pass away and not really doing nothing.
There's no way I could trust that, man. Like going to the hospital and put my life in their hands. Are you serious, man? Not me, man.
Nope.
I worked in a few hospitals. No way, no way. I'll fight this thing myself, man. If I get it, I'll battle it myself. I'm serious, man. I'm not. I literally believe the hospital would be my demise, man.
Me too.
There's no way I would go there, man. I'm not telling you don't go. I'm just saying me, man.
I mean, just some things just don't add up and make sense. 66% of people of new cases are folks that were quarantined out of New York City. That was about 4 weeks ago. The numbers are probably much different now, but it did come out. Cuomo put out that 66% of new cases of coronavirus are people who didn't come in contact with anybody and that stayed in their homes. So something's not right. But anyway,
I believe it's through the AC vents, man. Like the like the central air in some of them places. Like somebody can be sick, cough and sneeze and everything, and the stuff just spread.
Yeah, that makes sense. So what else we got on the agenda? We got everything that was taking place after George Floyd's death, everything such as us dying, the police show of force and increase of violence, lynchings, and hate group violence have increased. You got other nations isolating us. It just doesn't make any sense why there are Israelite camps out there that are not joining with us in this. Even if the leaders don't, you can send some lay members. You guys that aren't in a leadership position in these different camps, you can join on and see what's what. To the anti-police brutality commandos. You don't have to be the face of your organization in order to be a part of this. That's not really what this is about. This is about protecting our people and then bring it back to your camp. So that way you can train them. You don't have to be in a position of authority for this. This is for every man and every woman. All those that have the courage enough to stand against the real enemy. At least that's how I see it. So you get all the big name Israelite camps, but especially the small ones that aren't part of the 501c3. You guys should be busting the door down. Should have a line of emails, man, because ain't no greater time than now.
Yeah,
But
it's
I
gonna come a
do,
time they're gonna wish and pray that they join, man. Cause
yeah, that was going to be the next thing.
yeah,
If not now, then when?
yeah. But like I said, a lot of them under the assumption that, you know what I'm saying, like Scripture said, rain on the just and the unjust just alike, man. So, you know, they have this thing where they're just not going to be touched and plagued by a lot of these things that's going on in these end times. You know, a lot of people suffer from the mindset it won't happen to them. You know what I mean? Like it won't happen to them. They'll never be in a situation like that. You know what I mean? And also, you know, they look at it like, okay, that's the job of the 2/3 to catch all that hell. You know. So it's a form of narcissism too. You know, everybody's not that everybody's afraid, but it's also narcissism that a lot of Israelites feel like, hey, they Moses is that they reincarnation of Moses, man. You know what I mean? And that everything gonna be sweet, but even Moses had to fight. You know, the Israelites that came out of Egypt, they had to fight. You know what I'm saying, to go into their promised land. You know, things just didn't just fall into their lap. There was a promise there, but there was also a show of faith through actions. You know what I'm saying? Not just sitting around.
Yeah, there was
You know,
some works that
yeah,
had to be done.
yeah, some works had to be done. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And even in the scriptures say, someone shouting in the desert, get the Lord ready for the Lord. Every hill and mountain must be leveled off. Every rough valley made smooth. You know, I'm paraphrasing, but you get the point. There's a lot of work in that. Just those roads, have to be straight, smooth. The hills and valleys got to be filled up and leveled off. You know what I'm saying? So in order to get that salvation, there's work. You know, that's what John the Baptist was preaching. There's work. You know, that has to be done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, and it's just to see that salvation, and it's talk about the salvation of Yahushua. So, you know what I'm saying? Yahushua's coming. Hey, what did John the Baptist say? You know, you got to put in some work. That's actually talk about building that road. You know, that road just ain't gonna be manifest and made for you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing in there saying anything is gonna be manifest and made for you. It's talk about, in order for, you know what I'm saying, the Most High to come into your life, you have to put in a lot of work. That's talking about, building a road, leveling off mountains and filling up valleys and lakes, and you know what I'm saying, making the road smooth. You know what I'm saying? The Most High want the road to be smooth for him to even come walk into your life. So if you ain't willing to do that, you know what I'm saying, you can't talk about no salvation. That's according to scripture, man.
That's right.
Everybody quiet tonight.
A little bit, it would seem like just you and I yapping our gums for now.
Yeah. 9 people on the call.
Your
Richard, what
brothers
you got,
telling
man?
the truth, talking the truth, man.
Yeah.
Downright, it's everybody's job, man. Because this is going down, like the concept is going down, man. And the people ready for it, man. They got to be trained for this, man. Be trained for it.
Con.
Boy, y'all boys.
Everybody's job, bro. Everybody's job, man. And
Yeah.
in there, man, and happen, man.
Yeah, I think the reason why we're quiet is because we're about some action. So is anybody out there in the chat that be willing to come on and let us know what your stand is? I'm pretty sure the con's going to put the link in the room here soon. So, Richard, what you got, Richard Stewart? Richard Stewart, you still on the call? You here? You sleep? I think he done.
Yeah,
Watch
Richard
my
done
back
passed
of
up.
his eyelids.
Yeah, you know, the Most High just ain't gonna come into your life just on some chill. You know what I'm saying? That just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, you gotta want it.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying. The Most High makes it very clear that there's some things that you got. There's some requirements that got to be taking place. You know, before that happens.
Yeah, we bring our bodies into subjection and bring everything the way we are. And it's definitely a process, but you gotta want it. If the Most High just come into your life out the blue, you best believe it. More than likely, it might be for judgment. So you know, while you can still make the choice now to do that which is right, it's best that we go ahead and jump on it. Especially as we've seen the signs of the times. Daniel, Obadiah, Nahum, Zechariah, and Zephaniah, Revelations, we're living that thing out right now. Those books of prophecies is coming about right now. So whoever sees this is going on and reads those books that I just named and don't see the correlation, unfortunately, apparently the kingdom is not for you. Because it is it's coming out right and exact. You got to make progress and be serious about about your life.
Cool.
And a man that's not willing to stand up and protect his own is not much of a man at all. Is not much of a man. You don't have to be weak all your life. You got anti-police brutality commandos on this thing often, frequent enough for you to point you in the right direction. Brothers going to show you the right kind of love, so that way you don't go astray. Should you choose though, because it's not going to force it on you. But if you make an agreement, that you're going to what you want to walk the Most High. We can definitely, there's enough of us there to definitely help you out with that.
That's crazy because I think like of all the nations on the earth, especially the time I spent overseas, the so-called black man, it's like no one wants to die, but we seem to be the only ones that's lacking that spiritual, like the Japanese, they was kamikaze at the end of the day. You got people who from these so-called Arabic countries that, you know, for the name of Allah, they run up in the building with a bomb on. But, you know, we're at the lowest state, you know, of everyone on the world, from my opinion, and we got people scared to die, you know. And it's just sad that we're at such a low state, where we've been taken out of our culture so far to think that, like, you know, I think like Will said earlier, like his grandma, you know, or our moms, you know, mothers in other countries, they're making sure their sons get ready for war or get ready to defend, you know. And out of fear, you know, we've allowed fear to rule, you know, us, even
make us weak.
Make us weak, and to make plans to defend ourselves. We ain't, like I said, we ain't talking about going out and being offensive. We're talking about setting up defensive measures. And if it makes me open my eyes even further to where it's like, if I just want to defend myself, and you that got a problem with me defending myself, you know, then how important is it to you that we stay disorganized? It's got to be a higher power. If you scared from me, like I said, most so-called black people, man, like, I look at us as finishers. Like, you got bullies everywhere, but most so-called black folks, we ain't out like looking for trouble. But if you want it, you can get it. You know,
Exactly.
so it's to the point now where it's like we're really hunted, and the mere fact that we trying to defend ourselves and put up a barrier around, you know, the future of this nation, you got a problem with that? I'm not talking about we ain't talking about hanging you. We talking about us not getting hung. You know, so I just, when I sit back and I really look at that, and it's like, there is the Most High, you know, he's guiding his electors, certain few, to get to lay the groundwork, because it's a lot of fear in the community. You know, we'll bang on each other all day, but, you know, like growing up, your mom was like, boy, if you don't fight, you're gonna get a whooping when you get home. You know, they'll tell us that.
Exactly.
But to defend ourselves against another nation, no, you just better pipe down, just put your head down, walk straight forward, don't say nothing. But it's like, you know, those are mixed signals. So I know I'm rambling a bit, but it's odd that, you know, our communities, the so-called black men, we've been groomed not to defend ourselves as a whole. For every other nation on earth, I mean, from Slovakians to so Polish, you know, these men, every man in every other culture or nation grow up with a spirit to core about their nation. But when we do it, you know, you anti-racist or some stuff like reverse racism, stuff like that. It's crazy. Did y'all see anything about that football player? I think Deshaun Jackson posted something about posted a quote about that Hitler says something, and now he all apologizing to all these groups about, you know, he's sorry for putting it on there, and I don't know the correct words to use to not get anything flagged, but, you know, it's like, let's not talk about what happened in the Holocaust. It's like, so who are so-called black people? You know what I'm saying? Like, the mainstream media tried to make it seem like this was hate speech, but it was really just, in my opinion, like asking the question, like, you know, then who are we? We know we're not black. We know we're not Negro. We know we're not African Americans. Any of y'all brothers see that article about Deshaun Jackson?
No. I missed that.
I'm about to check that out.
It was in USA Today, just saying because, you know, a lot of celebrities have been coming out saying, you know, I think Ice Cube a couple weeks ago said something quote unquote controversial about, you know, so-called blacks being Israelites, and as we starting to come back into this knowledge, or come into the knowledge, you know, there's folks that's gonna make it seem like trying to make it hate speech for us to accept what we truly are. I just found that odd to see that article.
Wow. That is wild. Because we're claiming who we are, now it's considered hate speech. It's just like us reading out the Bible and then making an argument.
Even asking the question, because they've been faking it for so long and stealing the title or acting, got us in a dead status to where there's really a fear of us waking up for who we are, man. It really is a global fear, because it's like waking a sleeping giant, and all we have to do at this point is like anti-police brutality commandos come together. Let's scrape the pettiness off, still hold hands and go in one direction. We'll iron out some things along the way, but if we act as one, again, just from a commerce standpoint, I believe like in 2014 or something like that, I think Dr. Claude Anderson, and I'm pretty sure he's got some boule ties, but was just saying that, as much money as the so-called blacks spend, we the 14th largest nation on the earth already, just by what we spend. So imagine if we kept them dollars and in-house, protected ourselves, raised a nation where we feed ourselves, govern ourselves. It's a sleeping giant. Well, we are a sleeping giant.
They live off our vices, man. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main things about us, them suppressing the knowledge of Israel to the masses, is that a lot of these jails and everything, and you know what I'm saying, these HIV clinics and diseases, these Planned Parenthood clinics, a lot of that's trillions of dollars out of the economy alone. You know what I'm saying?
Trillions. Yep.
Yeah, if everybody was taking heed to, the law, statutes, and commandments. So it's also a financial incentive to keep us stuck in these vices and keep our people on drugs and these lifestyles that they're participating in. You know, because like there's certain lifestyles, that are just keen on getting you diseases. Period. That's all. It's just clinics and medical industry. You know what I'm saying? That our people, a lot of our people are just ignorantly just a part of, and not understanding that, hey, they're just being played, man.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it from that perspective. I looked at it from consuming, but like you said, like all the bonds from our so-called men in jail, like I'm telling you, if we put the white flag up and said, look, just give us a boat back to Africa. We trying to let us get out your hair. They said, boy, where you think you going? Because we are that important to this community or to this society, funding it in hidden ways. And I just looked at what we spend. I didn't even think of it on the, like you said,
Yeah,
the
like
vices.
Michael, I'll probably tell you about, like, say, like here in Florida, and certain parts of the country, they have people have brothers in prisons out in the middle of nowhere land. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just a bunch of country white boys, and everybody's there, their family, their cousins, and everything. That whole community is ran off that jail. That those communities couldn't even exist without those prisons. And they live off our vices, that hip hop culture we have, the gangsterism, the prostitution, you know what I'm saying? Like now that's fueling in the plastic surgery industry, you know what I'm saying? STD, abortions, all that kind of stuff, man. Because it's just like everybody's trying to front. Like now, it's like what they say, everybody's trying to front for the gram. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just to look good on the gram. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy, man. I don't get it. Hey, Octavius, what part of Florida are you from?
I'm in West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach. My sister down there with her fiance, they're in Pensacola right now.
Oh, that's north of me, man.
Yeah,
That's
like
up
Teaspoon,
there near.
Florida.
Yeah, that's up there near what? Um, Alabama or something. Yeah.
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 It's crazy because I've been banging on him. Like he been on, like, we sit down and converse, talk about different, thoughts and things like that. And he all on this Egyptology stuff. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, man, our people ain't Egyptian, man. like don't drink that Kool-Aid. And it's funny because I just, I've been on him so hard. I'm talking about like 6-7 months every time we talk. We exchange these thoughts. And then they down there right now. My sister just texted me like, yo, man, Jeff been talking to his grandma and stuff like that. Like, man, they said they been here. Like, see, like, I'm trying to tell you, they got us dead in the mind, man.
Well,
But
you
I was
got to
just
show them
wondering,
the real Africans that are they still have the pharaonic, you know what I'm saying, the pharaonic people in Sudan. I used to that was one of my specialties years ago, like online, just putting out a lot of information about how Egyptology is a false religion. You know what I'm saying, for our
yeah,
people. And I actually talked to a guy from that part of the world, and he thought it was funny that so-called African Americans thought they was Egyptians. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Yeah, ask him what tribe he's from. Egyptian African tribe. Yeah,
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 ask him
no,
that. Ask him
yeah.
that.
No, they said, oh, none of those people. Like, you got some of those people. Like right now, you got like some YouTubers. They've been big on Egyptology, and right now they're in the
hmm
process of trying to tell our people to become Republicans, man. So they just go with the wind, or whatever the wind take them. Whoever got the bag, whatever can make them shine. And the thing is, it's about they see Egypt, they think about gold. They think
Con.
about
yeah,
gold and jewelry. You know what I'm saying? The women in there half naked, you know what I'm saying, walking around. You know what I'm saying? Like how you see on the gram today. All that's reflective of that fallen culture. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to
Con.
ask the question, why did it fall? You know?
hmm
Every nation that became powerful, our people, we was in attendance. Babylon, you know, uh, Egypt, Babylon again. You know what I mean? Then you had the Syrian captivity. You had all these different captivities, even went down to the point with like Mansa Musa. You know what I'm saying? Well, the richest man in recorded history. You know what I'm saying? All that our people was in attendance. You know what I'm saying? With those groups. You know what I'm saying? Wherever there was some power at, even in Europe, you had Moors in Europe. They actually gave them the ability to be what they are today. You know?
Right. That's right.
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah, I think we've been so detached from who we truly are. Um, it's almost like it truly is like Stockholm syndrome. We've been so indoctrinated to believe one thing that when the truth start hitting you, it seems stranger than fiction. But I think it's all everything's happening for a reason. I'm not. I'm new to like I said, the Israelite camps and things of that nature. I've been just doing own independent research and studying for years, and I've been like I said, at one point I was so gung ho about at least waking my people up, wake up, that I had to just give it to the wayside. Like, man, I'm just blessed that the Most High has given me the understanding to understand it from my point of view, to know who I am. And when I come in contact with somebody who's ready to understand it, I don't know it at all. I never try to. I shoot Tazadak tapes from years ago. I always try to give books that I've got. Like, don't listen to me, man. Go look at this. Like, because once you find out for yourself, um, how deep the rabbit hole goes with the deception or the witchcraft that they put us under, the mind games. You know, it was for me personally, it was really awakening. It was really a lot of rage at first. It was like, man, I'm ready to go. Let's go bang now. To like, hold on, like we doing with anti-police brutality commandos. Like it's gonna take strategy. You know, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like if it's gonna get right, it's gonna take some strategy. And as I see now, man, everybody truly ain't gonna make it, man.
That's what, yeah, con. That's what I'm starting to realize too. Like, it's just some people just ain't, ain't gonna make it. I pray that I am.
Yeah, you can have somebody in your house that's like you said, Egyptologist and everything, man. And the thing is, you can preach that them all day. They'll never hear you, man.
Never.
Yeah. That was even the parable of Lazarus was about, you know what I mean? Not Lazarus, but the rich man and the poor man, you know. But the rich man said he wanted to go back to his brothers to, and try to convince them of, that fact that, the Most High is real and, need to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. And like he was told, like, hey, if they couldn't listen to Moses and the prophets, really wasn't no hope for them in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
Right. He said if you can't listen to Moses and the prophets, they're definitely not going to listen to someone when they was alive. They're not going to listen to someone, when they're dead.
Gone.
Yeah, he said, can Lazarus dip his finger in some water and cool me off? He said, there's a great gulf between there and here. He was making mockery of Lazarus when he was on earth. But when they both die, there's a scene, and Lazarus is in Abraham's bosom. The rich man is in hell, being tormented. Yeah, man, but I mean, I guess we could go ahead and close this down, man. It got a little
So Richard don't want to sleep on us.
Joshua Green, Joshua Green, you might want to send your name, number, the picture. Yeah, so yeah, man, I'm going ahead and shalom. It's at the 11 over here.
Shalom.
I think I'm trying to lay down, man. Say shalom, man. Everybody be safe, man. Keep your toes close, man.
Shalom,
Marty,
brothers.
let me get my car, Marty. Give me my car, Marty.